morning. The spirits wanted me to address bullying. It's not fun when you're young, but let me tell you, I survived it. Okay, I was bullied by my stepdad and abused and uh, just called names, smacked down. My mom, of course, worked all the time, and she didn't really pay attention to me. So it's not like I had that warm welcoming. I didn't have that mom like you see on TV or at all. Now my mom's different. um when I was in school, I was bullied. I hadn't I might have had one or two friends here or there, but I was made fun of over every fucking day. I don't even know why, because I wasn't, you know I don't know what stood out about me, that it was, I got teased by boys. The girls just didn't like me. Go figure. When I was, during my preteens, I got sick, so I broke out with what is called urethra multiforme, which is blisters all over your lips, your arms and stuff. So I got bullied for that too. Called all kinds of names. Like I had herpes and stuff like that. They called me all kinds of names, and I was like, even my best friend was a bitch towards me. When I got, like one time, I was out of high school. Like she was in college, and I was living in the same town she was. I wanted to be close to my best friend, and I got sick, and we had gone to the pharmacy, and we drove up, and the pharmacist was trying to ask questions, and my what I thought was my friend, she's like, oh, that's for her, I don't have herpes. And I was like, oh my god. I didn't have herpes. It was, basically I had a simplex, but it wasn't like the herpes uh, that others, like the sexual transmitted. It was, well, I did have the herpes simplex, but it was more of the chickenpox strain and the shingles strain and stuff like that. It was just something that's natural in my bloodline, and whatever I was running to when I was younger was causing me to have a reaction. I don't know what it was, but there was something around me that was causing me to have that reaction. Probably stress and anxiety, and from living, I had no safe spot. Like at home, it was abuse. At school, it was abuse. So it was constant back and forth. After I graduated, I started having friends around me when I, transferred over to a different school, but I still had people that tried to bully me for some reason. I just had, there was those that came into my life that helped balance it out. And I was resilient. So I say, and believe me, life bullies you all the time. It's just, those that stay in their herds and groups, and shelter themselves in, their networks. They don't experience the real fucking world, and when the real world comes busting in, they don't know how to handle it. And at least there's like a group of them together. So, however, I've been knocked down over and over again, and when the going gets tough, I'm gonna still go. Like, I have worked hard for at least 2 months, like busting my ass, suffering and pain, and with my garden. And the hell came, it came so bad last night that it busted through some screen and shit like that, and hurt about 85% of what I had planted. Wiped it the fuck out. And I was upset. But guess what? I'm not devastated. And it's the next day, and I'm still, speaking about this. I have a good attitude. It's not gonna, like, break me. I'm not gonna, cry over it. In fact, today I'll go get some more seeds and try again, And, it's just a learning process. And of course, it did upset me because I have been down on my feet and stuff and haven't been able to uh, move as I normally do. Like, I feel like I've been, like, suppressed in what I do, like, majorly for some reason. I'm feeling better today, but I'm still going to take it easy. I'm probably just going to plant and start working on, the screens and stuff like that. But it's a learning process. And what bullying does is trigger your survival mechanism. However, also bully can either trigger some darkness. So I say to those out there, I know that there's those that watch over us and experiment with us and shit like that and put us through tests, trials, and tribulation. And I was like, well, you also trigger what is darkness. And of course, darkness just is. You can't, it will always be. It's the spirit of it. And it can go anywhere that you can carry any object or idol or anything like that. And you can't destroy darkness. And darkness can use those as instruments. So when you bully and you put others through hell, then so shall you reap darkness. And darkness is unforgiving. Darkness will just sweep. And right now what's happening is this society of man and their kind has bullied other beings, the life around them, that darkness has just shot up and gotten stronger, and now it's bringing its hand down everywhere. There's no stopping it. I just have the heart of Christ, so therefore I'm not going to strike out at others. I can't say that about my shadow self that was born into darkness, that's had to deal with all. That's not anything I can do anything about. So, and I say that all have that shadow that's been through hell in this world, that's been bullied and all that stuff. They have that shadow. And that shadow builds. And you might be able to program the flesh and stuff, but you can't manipulate that shadow. So that's what happens, is that when you bully and you have no love and you treat others like shit, a shadow is born. And it grows. And, just because you can sit there and put laws upon the land and imprison those and try to keep, yourself safe, you can't protect yourself against the shadows and the darkness, because they use the flesh as instruments. You can't run from that. And, I carry the heart of Christ, and there's protection around me, a spirit of love. And I've had to develop that. However, the darkness has grown to a point across the land that it's going off everywhere. And I'm not going to fight against it. I'm not going to stand up against it, because I understand why it's sweeping the land and why it's taking down those. And I hear the crying on the news, and I get so fucking sick of those people, those mean girls that were in high school, those mean boys, just the meanness of the land, the hatefulness. I'm not going to pray for those people. I'm not going to beg for those people. I know whose children they are, and they're not my brothers and sisters. So that's what I say to bullies out there. And I say to those that have been bullied, look, you got a shadow self, and you need to embrace your shadow self and love yourself and gain understanding of who you truly are and why you've been bullied in this world. And I say activate that heart of Christ, a heart of love for yourself, and step away from the world of man and their kind and all their systems. I don't care if they're family or whatever, just step away from them. if they show you no love, then just step the fuck away from them. I know it's hard. Believe me. I have those I love dearly, and all they do is spit at me and make excuses and treat me like shit. And I step away from them. I don't protect them anymore. There's always a time to mourn, and, you know, it's just the time of mourning. In so many ways. It's MOURNING. Mourning as in, you know, mourning the dead because they're dead inside. And then there's also the MORNING, which is a new morning, as for the morning star. And what the morning star does is it brings such a light that it evaporates everything, and nothing will be left standing except for those true hearts of Christ. Morning star. So, who is Lucifer Morning Star, and why has his name been popping up everywhere and he's announcing his coming? Because he is the light bringer. He is the one that's going to bring that light that's going to fucking evaporate every fucking thing. Yep. Which I don't care anymore. And I tell all out there that can hear my voice, I just can't cry anymore. So, put my hand together, and I say, man and your kind, you have brought this upon yourself. I call upon Lucifer Morningstar, and I say, bringer of light, come shine so bright. And I know with man and their kind societies, they don't realize they're devils and demons. They call what comes against their societies evil, but they're nothing good. And they always, it doesn't matter, they always bring down other people. Believe me, I've been around men and women, and they will fucking lie straight up about you behind your back and play victim and this and that and be bullies in their groups because you don't want to do what they say or walk how they walk or talk how they talk, and if you speak truth to them, you're crazy. So, fuck them. They can go fuck themselves. Actually, I won't fuck them. I don't want to touch them with 10-foot, 1,000-foot pole because I want love, you know, and be embraced in love. So, I called Lucifer, the star, the morning star. I'm a morning star too. I'm a light. There's lights planted all over this place. They're just waiting to be activated. And once they go up, that's going to obliterate everything around them, which is good. Because the world of man and their kind is total trash.